Hello, it's Chaplain73 here. I'm here to do another interview today with an artist, Mr. C. Hello, Mr. C.
Hello.
And we'll just crack on with the questions as usual. So, Mr. C, tell everybody who you are, what it is you do, and where you're based.
Well, hi, I'm Mr. C. I'm based in Warwickshire in the West Midlands. I'm predominantly a money artist, really. I do try and do a few other little bits and bobs, but predominantly money artist, really.
By money art, do you mean actually just painting on a note, or do you mean manipulating notes, making your own notes? What kind of money?
Really, just drawing or defacing legal tender, really.
Right. Okay.
Whether that be with postal pens or collages or anything, really.
Right. Cool. Yeah, because I've seen lots of people using money in different ways on art. As either a background or manipulating it, cutting bits out or whatever. So it's quite an interesting scene, isn't it? It's quite a growing scene.
It is, really, compared to where it's come from. I mean, I've been doing money art now for about 5 years, and money art in the UK in the last 5 years has been growing really well, year upon year upon year, and it's really exciting.
Yeah,
it's really exciting to think where it could go.
Yeah, I've had a dabble myself. I've done a couple of pieces on money, but I tend to sort of like stick to my paste ups and stuff. But yeah, I have had a play with a few notes, and I've still got a couple of notes. Yeah, I've still got a couple of notes lying around, which I will paint something on. I've got one hung up there, which I've got to do something with, but I'm not quite sure what to do on it yet.
I'm sure it'll come to you.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. So who or what influenced you? What made you start painting on money?
Well, I suppose the first experience that I had with money art as such was at Disneyland, Banksy's exhibition in Weston-super-Mare. I was walking around enjoying the exhibition, and obviously all the brilliant art that Banksy did for that for Disneyland. And as I was walking around, a bloke in a very cheesy Mickey Mouse costume come over to me and put a fistful of dollars in my hand.
Right.
And all over the front of them, nothing fancy really, just a few simple words. What were they? Pride, art, love, hate. Just writ over the front of the note. He put them in my hand, looked at me, and then walked off.
Right.
And then obviously I wondered what was going on. Looked at these dollar bills that he'd given me, and yeah, it kind of all started from there. It caught my imagination. It just planted a seed, I suppose, really. And from then I started looking into it more and more. Obviously, I knew Banksy did his Diana note, his £10 Diana note.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I didn't really know anybody as such within the UK that was doing money art. I started Googling it and started researching a little bits and bobs. Then I came across Lewis Bannister, who's been doing money art for quite a while in the UK, who is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I came across Silent Bill from Secret Society of Supervillain Artists.
Yeah.
With his money art, again, absolutely fantastic, which got my juices flowing, which got my imagination flowing. And then I come across an artist called Chris Boyle.
Yeah.
He was just starting out in the money art type of thing. So yeah, I thought I'll give it a go. Why not? I've always appreciated art, but it's always something which I thought I could never do. But
yeah,
after receiving those dollars in Disneyland with just words writ across them, I thought, well, I can give this a go. Maybe I've got a few little ideas, and yeah, it kind of all started from there.
I always think it's amazing seeing what different art people do with money. You know, it's the same $1 bill quite often, you know, that people use, but the way they interpret and the way that they use the dollar bill is very, very individual to each artist, if you know what I mean.
It definitely is. I mean, the dollar bill can be used. I mean, just money. I mean, we'll use the dollar bill for an example because a lot of people use the dollar bill. I mean, you can use it in so many ways. You can use it just as the basic background. You can use the front of it. You can use the back of it. Obviously, which are two different images again.
Yeah.
You can put them up and make a big collage of images like Mr. Wagner does, Mark Wagner does, a brilliant artist again. Yeah, there's just so many possibilities. You mean you can even use it as a political statement in itself.
Yeah.
You know, as the background. There's so many uses for it. I mean, it doesn't just stop paper money, for example. You can use coins. People are now seen doing their own debit and credit cards, things like that. Yeah, and now people have gone into selling it digitally as well. So you're selling money art digitally as well.
Yeah.
You can do it now through NFTs and stuff, which is fantastic. I mean, as we all know, currency is not really going to be around in the next 10 years, I would have thought, to be honest. It's all going to go digital. It's all going to go chip and pin. There's going to be no such thing as cash anymore as such.
It does seem to be heading that way, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. So, you know, it's going to come to a point where you won't be able to do money on genuine money anymore because it just won't be available. You know, in some cases, it's you know, it's got a time limit on it as such, I suppose, in that respect, as in using genuine money for your art. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Can you photocopy notes, money notes?
You can photocopy. It doesn't make it legal tender. I wouldn't exactly. I wouldn't tell anybody to go and do so. I would always say go down to your local travel agents or money exchange, eBay, or what have you, and you can buy money, old money, new money, you know, at reasonable prices where you don't need to be photocopying money. You know, because you're going into areas there that are approaching legal standards, you know, and obviously the last thing you want to do is to get into trouble for what you do.
But isn't it illegal to deface money anyway?
It's illegal to do a lot of things, but you still do it.
Yeah, I mean, I just find that whole legality thing quite interesting. Of the fact that money art is really popular, but I was always told as a child that you shouldn't write on a £10 note because it's defacing legal tender and that's against the law.
Or is it more to the point that you're defacing the Queen?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You know, not the tender itself, but you're actually defacing the Queen, which is, I don't know the ins and the outs of it.
If anyone knows the actual answer to that, please put it below the video.
Please do. Yeah. You know, I've had many people saying, "Oh, that's against the law. You shouldn't be drawing on money. You'll get into trouble for that."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. There's worse things going on in life.
Well, like you said to me before we started the interview, you know, that there's been an exhibition at the Saatchi Gallery, you know, of money art, and you know, so it can't be that. You know,
there wasn't just one exhibition. There was two.
Yeah.
You know, there was, and for the Cassius King exhibition, the Cassius King book, which I was very proud to say that I was part of both books on that, and sold out at Saatchi Gallery, which, considering I've only been drawing, picked up a pen really to draw anything was 5 years ago. I've never done it before. I've never had an art lesson, never been to art college, never really bothered at all, really, you know. And 5 years ago, I picked up a pen. So, you know, sell my art at Saatchi Gallery is, you know, it's mega.
It's mega. Absolutely. Which leads us
You know.
nicely on to the next question. What advice would you give to somebody starting out developing a creative practice? Yeah, what advice would you give to an artist who wanted, or somebody who wanted to be an artist or do art or whatever?
Best thing I can say is don't do what I did for many, 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 many years, and that's be scared of picking up a pen and just doodling. You can even just doodle. Just do anything. You know, it hasn't got to be something which is going to get 1,000,000,000 trillion likes and that people, and that's going to be exploding the internet over, because that's not what it's about. You know, it's about learning who you are as an artist and what style you want to do, or what mediums you want to use within your art. You know, it's just give it a go, because there's no right, there's no wrong in art, and I think that's why I enjoy it so much. You know, it's just just give it a go. Don't be scared of a blank canvas or a blank page, because sometimes there's nothing more scary than a big blank white sheet of paper in front of you. And you know, some it's very scary when you've not done it before, but just pick up a pen and go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I'd done it many years ago, before, you know, a lot sooner, because I've come across so many fantastic people and I've gained so many great friends through doing art and talking about art to people and just asking questions.
Yeah.
You know, don't be scared to ask a question, because someone would be more than happy to tell you how they do something. You know, people will be more than happy to take the time out to explain something to you, because we all start at square one.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so just dip your toe in the pool and go for a swim.
That's something that I can really I resonate with. Really, it's kind of like that, asking other artists questions. I used to be terrified of doing that. I used to think, oh, they're going to think I'm stupid, or they're going to think, you know, why is he bothering me, or whatever, or go away, or you know, if you don't know that, you're not a proper artist, or whatever. But actually, that what I've found over the last few years is you know, a lot of the artists I've spoken to they'll fall over themselves to help you. They want to help each other, and that collaboration, that collaborative approach amongst artists, amongst the group of artists that I know, at least, you know, it is tremendous. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, started 5 years ago, a bit of an amateur, like I said, you know, and I got to where I am today from asking those questions, and like you say, overcoming that nerves and me thinking they're going to tell me to go away because they're really good and I'm really rubbish. But like I said, everybody starts from square one. They were the little guy asking somebody for a bit of direction at one point. We've all been there. Yeah, you know, definitely. And the group of artists that I've always asked have been, like you say, more than happy to help in any way they can. And it's such a great community within the artist world in general. I mean, I help run the For the Love of Money Arts page on Facebook. Co-run it with Mr. Darren Main, who, to be honest, he has really helped the money art industry get where it is within the 5 years. You know, he's been a big driving force in the UK to push it to where it is today. You know, he starting up that page gave a lot of people a place to display their art where they couldn't do it before. You know, and it's grown from obviously zero, and I think now we're up to nearly 2,500 members. Yeah, and everybody on that page is so helpful. You can ask anybody, can come and ask a question. We're all there to be nice to each other and to encourage people. You know, and it's fantastic.
And that's exactly how it should be. Yeah, that's exactly how it should be. It shouldn't be a competitive place. It should be a collaborative place. And I keep saying this and I keep hearing this over and over again coming to me, the artists that I've spoken to, many of them have said, it's about that collaborative experience of art, and it's not about...
I've not come across many people that are rude or will belittle you for asking those questions, or for bouncing a couple of ideas or whatever. It's artists in general are lovely people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
we would say that, wouldn't we? They're lovely.
But yeah, like I said, it's the fear of the unknown that you've got to get over more than anything. Because once you've got over that, the door opens to such a lovely community and such some absolute fantastic people.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually got a piece of art. I just looked up, and there's a piece of art on my wall which says, "Fear is the only thing that stands between us and our dreams."
And it does, because I would never have dreamt that I would have sold art all over the world, or I would have sold one piece of art in general. And it's that first initial fear, but once you get over that, the door just, it opens, and yeah, you kind of wish you hadn't done it before.
Definitely. So the last but one question is, you could spend 24 hours with an artist, past or present. You've got a time machine now. You can go back in time to wherever you want. You get to spend 24 hours with an artist. Which artist are you going to choose, and what are you going to do for 24 hours?
Oh, no, I'd got to think about this question. It would probably be Mr. Basquiat. Probably be Michel Basquiat, to be honest. Just his work in general is just mesmerising. Every time you look at his work, there's always a little piece that you pick out that you didn't see before. Just the way that he's gone about doing what he's doing, you can see that he's just let that inner kid in him almost let all those ideas that have been exploding in his head, and he's just splattered them straight onto the canvas. And he's just brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Listen to some good music, get a big canvas out, get the paintbrushes out, and just let the imagination go, and just see what we come up with at the end, and just enjoy the day.
Yeah, very, very creative guy, sadly taken from us way too soon, and would have loved to have seen what he would have created in the rest of his life had he have continued to live to a much older age, which was
he wasn't appreciated to the extent that he is now till a very long time after his death, which is such a shame. It really is, because such a talent. They say the greatest die young, don't they? I mean, it happens to Herring as well. Keith Herring, absolute fact. Another artist. It was between him and Basquiat, really. Who I'd like to spend the day with. Yeah. And to be honest, you'd probably end up bumping into one of the two either anyway. On the night out, so you probably get better both worlds anyway. You imagine a night out with them, it'd be absolutely fantastic.
Someone answered the other day that they'd like to spend 24 hours at the factory with Andy Warhol, and I said you'd probably get a lot more than you bargained for in 24 hours at the factory. The amount of artists that you'd probably see.
Not just artists, pop stars. Just the whole array of famous people, really.
And creative people from all walks of life.
Definitely.
Fabulous. I'm sure that would be a fabulous 24 hours, and
I think you'd need another 24 hours afterwards to recover, though.
I think you're probably right. So, last question: what's in store for the future? Have you got anything you're working on at the moment, or that you've got in store for the near future that you could share with us today?
Nothing in the pipelines as such, as in exhibition wise or anything like that. But myself personally, art wise, maybe I've been trying stencils at the moment. Trying to cut new stencils. Trying my hand at other little bits of art, types of art. So I'd like to do a big piece, maybe not on money, but maybe on a big board. I'd like to do. Unfortunately, it got cancelled this year, but I'd like to do Upfest within the next couple of years. Maybe have a board, as they do boards, and people have to apply. I'd like to make a stencil and go and do a board and try something off money, maybe, and push myself a little bit further, I suppose. Just trying new things and bits and bobs like that out, really. I suppose that's what the future holds.
Ideal.
And obviously more money on.
It'd be good for Upfest to be back up and running and getting to see people there again, because I used to really enjoy going to Upfest. I've not painted at Upfest myself, but I regularly attend and watch everybody else, and it's just an amazing vibe, an amazing feeling, and a great festival. So
again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier on, that just the artist community, no matter what art you do, everybody as a whole is just a nice person. And that's what's nice.
Definitely. Well, that's good. I look forward to seeing you at Upfest in a couple of years, or in the next year or two. That'll be good.
Fingers crossed, and we should get there. But more than anything, hopefully that we can see the back end of this COVID nonsense and start getting out as an artist community again, and just meet each other again.
There haven't been enough opportunities, have there, really?
No, not really. I mean, I suppose one of the next opportunities, really, as such, might be the background Bob project. Now it's gone to the back to the gallery again, down in Colchester. So maybe might be able to do something with that. Maybe a few people meet up. Maybe good. I don't know what's going on with background Bob project, as in what now we're coming out of COVID. Maybe they might be able to do a bigger exhibition or something. I don't know, but what a fantastic project that is in general.
It's a fabulous project, and it's given so many people an opportunity for their art to be seen alongside other artists, who are perhaps more well known, and gain a bigger crowd type thing, which gives people the exposure that they need as artists, really.
I really enjoyed being part of that project. It was fun. It was a fantastic experience. I got involved in it the first time round, and it was fab. It was a really great idea, which kind of grew and grew and grew, and it was good to see it grow, because it was just such a fabulous thing, and raising money. It's nice to see it still going as well, and it's still raising money for a fantastic cause. Again, the artist community coming together. It's
definitely.
It's just it's brilliant when people come together.
Definitely. Well, it's been great talking to you, Mr. C. It has been really good. I've learned a bit about you today. Hopefully the audience have learned a bit about you, and about money art in general, which is fabulous. And I look forward to your future creations. Thank you so much for taking some time to speak to me today.
No problem at all. Thank you for your time.
No worries. And if you like what you've seen today and like what you've heard today, then please hit the subscribe button below and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. You just hit the subscribe button and you get to know about my videos and my interviews as I'm doing them, and I'm hoping to do loads more in the future. So please tune in future. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers.